Welcome to Facts Intrigue, where today we embark on the first part of a journey into the hidden corridors of history, where secrets are kept and truths are obscured. In this series, we explore the conspiracy theories that have left an indelible mark on our world. Stories that, once whispered in shadows, have emerged into the light of day as undeniable truths. Join us now as we delve into Unveiling the Truth, Conspiracies that Shaped History, Part 1. And be sure to stay with us to uncover the equally compelling stories in Part 2. Segment 1. Project MK-Ultra, the CIA's mind control experiments. Our journey begins with one of the most unsettling chapters in modern history, the CIA's secretive Project MK-Ultra. This was no mere experiment. It was a vast and shadowy program, spanning over a decade, that sought to unravel the secrets of the human mind. The era was the 1950s, a time when the Cold War gripped the world in a vice of paranoia and fear. The United States, fearing that its enemies might develop mind control techniques, embarked on its own disturbing exploration into this dark science. MK-Ultra was born out of this fear, a program that aimed to explore the limits of human consciousness. The CIA sought to control and manipulate the human mind through a variety of means, including drugs, psychological torture, sensory deprivation, and even hypnosis. The goal was to create super spies, agents who could withstand any interrogation or, conversely, be programmed to carry out tasks with no memory of their actions. One of the most infamous substances tested under MK-Ultra was LSD. Administered to thousands of unwitting subjects, LSD was believed to have potential as a truth serum, or a means to mentally incapacitate enemy agents. However, the effects of LSD were far more unpredictable and devastating than the CIA anticipated. Subjects, who ranged from college students to mental patients, were dosed without their knowledge, leading to terrifying experiences, severe psychological trauma, and in some cases, permanent damage. The true extent of MK-Ultra's experiments was shrouded in secrecy, with much of the program's documentation destroyed in 1973 to prevent public disclosure. However, what little information has emerged paints a picture of a government agency willing to cross ethical boundaries in the pursuit of power. Victims of MK-Ultra have described their experiences as nightmarish, with some never fully recovering from the psychological scars inflicted upon them. One of the most tragic cases was that of Frank Olson, a scientist working for the CIA who was unknowingly dosed with LSD. Olson's subsequent descent into paranoia and confusion culminated in his mysterious death, officially ruled a suicide but surrounded by unanswered questions. To this day, the full scope of MK-Ultra remains one of the most chilling and controversial episodes in American history, a reminder of the dark paths a government may take in the name of national security. The Lost Cosmonauts, Secrets of the Soviet Space Race. As we continue our journey through the shadows of history, we move to a time when the Cold War pitted two global superpowers in a race to conquer the final frontier: space. While much of the story of the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union is well documented, one conspiracy has lingered in the background, shrouded in mystery and denial: the theory of the lost cosmonauts. The official Soviet narrative tells a triumphant story of the space race, beginning with the successful launch of Yuri Gagarin as the first human in space in 1961. However, rumors persist that Gagarin may not have been the first cosmonaut to reach for the stars, just the first one to survive. According to conspiracy theorists, the Soviet Union conducted several failed manned space missions before Gagarin's flight, with tragic results. These so-called lost cosmonauts perished in space, their missions erased from official records to maintain the Soviet Union's image as a spacefaring superpower. One of the most intriguing aspects of this conspiracy came from a pair of Italian brothers, amateur radio operators named Achille and Giovanni Giudica Cordiglia. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the brothers claimed to have intercepted secret Soviet radio transmissions from space. They recorded what they believed to be distress calls from doomed cosmonauts, voices that they claimed were never heard from again. The recordings are eerie, capturing what seems to be the final moments of astronauts as they faced catastrophic failure, unable to return to Earth. Officially, the Soviet Union and later Russia have denied the existence of any lost cosmonauts, maintaining that Yuri Gagarin was indeed the first man in space and that all Soviet space missions were accounted for. Yet, some evidence suggests otherwise. Declassified documents, inconsistencies in Soviet space mission logs, and witness accounts hint at a more tragic reality, one that the Soviet government may have been determined to hide. The lost cosmonauts theory captures the essence of the Cold War, a time of intense secrecy, propaganda, and competition between the world's superpowers. The possibility that brave men and women may have been sacrificed in the name of progress, only to be forgotten, is both haunting and compelling. Whether fact or fiction, the story of the lost cosmonauts reminds us of the costs of ambition and the lengths to which governments will go to protect their image. Before we continue with more of these unsettling truths, let me ask you, dear viewer, what is your take on the role of governments in these historical conspiracies? Do you believe we've uncovered all there is to know, or are there still secrets waiting to be revealed? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're fascinated by these stories, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Moving on to the COINTELPRO program, Silencing Dissent. We now turn to a conspiracy that targeted some of the most influential social and political movements in American history, the FBI's COINTELPRO program. COINTELPRO, an acronym for Counterintelligence Program, was not merely a surveillance operation. It was a systematic effort to discredit, disrupt, and destroy organizations and individuals that the FBI deemed subversive. Initiated in 1956 by FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, COINTELPRO was a secret program aimed at combating communism, but it quickly expanded to target a wide array of civil rights, feminist, and anti-war groups. The FBI viewed these movements as threats to the status quo and sought to neutralize them by any means necessary. What followed was a campaign of dirty tricks, psychological warfare, and outright lies. One of the most infamous targets of COINTELPRO was the Black Panther Party, an organization that fought for the rights of African Americans and advocated for armed self-defense against police brutality. The FBI saw the Panthers as a dangerous revolutionary group and set out to destroy them. The tactics used were ruthless. The FBI planted false news stories, forged documents, and even sent anonymous letters designed to sow discord among the party's leadership. In some cases, the FBI went so far as to incite violence between rival groups, leading to the deaths of several Black Panther members. COINTELPRO also targeted Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the most prominent civil rights leader of the era. The FBI viewed King as a threat because of his growing influence and his outspoken opposition to the Vietnam War. The Bureau engaged in a relentless campaign to discredit him, which included wiretapping his phones, bugging his hotel rooms, and attempting to blackmail him with evidence of his alleged extramarital affairs. The FBI even sent King an anonymous letter, urging him to commit suicide to avoid public disgrace. The program did not stop at civil rights activists. Feminist groups, socialist organizations, and even environmentalists were targeted. The goal was always the same: to undermine and destroy movements that challenged the government's authority. COINTELPRO was so effective in its mission that it often led to the internal collapse of the organizations it targeted. The existence of COINTELPRO was exposed in 1971, when a group of activists broke into an FBI office in Media, Pennsylvania, and stole files that detailed the program's activities. The subsequent public outcry led to congressional hearings and the eventual cessation of COINTELPRO. However, the damage had already been done. The legacy of COINTELPRO is one of distrust between government and people, particularly among marginalized communities who were disproportionately targeted. It serves as a stark reminder of the lengths to which a government might go to silence dissent and maintain control. Now on to one of the most unusual parts of history, Project Bluebeam. Could this be the ultimate false flag? As we continue to pull back the curtain on history's hidden conspiracies, we now enter the realm of one of the most audacious and far-reaching theories ever conceived, Project Bluebeam. This conspiracy suggests that the powers that be are planning to stage a global false flag event, using advanced technology to manipulate the masses on an unprecedented scale. But what is the goal? According to proponents of the theory, it's nothing less than the establishment of a new world order. First introduced in the 1990s by investigative journalist Serge Monast, Project Bluebeam claims that NASA, along with other shadowy government organizations, has been working on a secret plan to control the world through the use of holographic technology. The plan, as Monast outlined, involves a four-step process designed to dismantle traditional belief systems and replace them with a single authoritarian world government. The first step, according to the theory, involves orchestrating a series of artificially generated natural disasters. Earthquakes, floods, and volcanic eruptions would be triggered in key locations, designed to destabilize global society and create a climate of fear. In the second step, using highly advanced holographic technology, the perpetrators would project enormous images into the sky, visions of religious figures like Jesus, Buddha, and even alien spacecrafts. These projections would appear simultaneously over different parts of the world, corresponding with the dominant religious belief in each region. The intention here would be to trick the global population into believing they were witnessing a divine or extraterrestrial event. But the true purpose would be to unify humanity under a new, fabricated religion that supports the New World Order. The third step would involve manipulating people's thoughts through mind control. Using low-frequency radio waves and other psychological manipulation techniques, the architects of Project Bluebeam would implant ideas and beliefs directly into the minds of the public. This would allow them to eliminate dissent and create a compliant, easily controlled population. Finally, the fourth and final step would be the use of artificial intelligence and military technology to stage a fake alien invasion. The goal here would be to terrify the public into accepting the need for a single, all-powerful government to protect humanity from this fabricated extraterrestrial threat. While there is no hard evidence to support the existence of Project Bluebeam, the theory remains popular among conspiracy theorists. They argue that the increasing sophistication of technology, combined with government secrecy, suggests that such an operation could be possible, if not already in the works. The idea that holograms and mind control could be used to reshape global society is both terrifying and tantalizing, blurring the line between science fiction and science fact. Although skeptics dismiss Project Bluebeam as pure fantasy, the theory raises uncomfortable questions about the potential for technological abuse and the control of information. Could a global false flag operation really be orchestrated on this scale? And if so, what would the consequences be for humanity? Our next segment is about one of the most secret of all, the Black Knight satellite, an ancient alien artifact. As we look further into the skies, we encounter one of the most enduring mysteries of modern space exploration, the Black Knight satellite. This enigmatic object, said to be orbiting Earth for thousands of years, has captivated the imagination of conspiracy theorists, astronomers, and UFO enthusiasts alike. But what is it? And could it truly be of extraterrestrial origin? The story of the Black Knight satellite begins in the early 1950s, when several strange radio signals were detected by amateur ham radio operators around the world. These signals were unlike anything recorded before and seemed to come from an object orbiting Earth. Some speculated that this object was a Soviet spy satellite, but there was a problem. These signals were detected long before the launch of Sputnik, the world's first artificial satellite. Over the years, sightings and reports of the Black Knight satellite have accumulated, further fueling speculation. In 1960, the US Navy detected a dark, tumbling object orbiting Earth in a polar trajectory, a type of orbit typically used for surveillance satellites. However, no nation had claimed responsibility for launching such an object, and its origin remained a mystery. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Black Knight satellite conspiracy is the claim that it predates human space exploration by millennia. Some theorists believe that the satellite is an ancient alien artifact, placed in orbit by an advanced extraterrestrial civilization to monitor humanity. They point to stories of the Black Knight being observed as far back as 1899, when inventor Nikola Tesla reportedly detected unusual radio signals that he believed were coming from space. Could it be that Tesla had inadvertently intercepted communications from this mysterious satellite? In 1998, during a mission of the Space Shuttle Endeavour, astronauts captured images of a large black object floating in low Earth orbit. These photographs, which were widely circulated in UFO circles, are often cited as proof of the Black Knight satellite's existence. While NASA dismissed the object as a piece of space debris, many remain convinced that it was the long-sought alien satellite. Adding to the mystery, the Black Knight satellite is said to have been broadcasting signals for thousands of years, transmitting information back to its extraterrestrial creators. Some theorists even claim that the satellite contains the key to unlocking advanced alien technologies, or that it holds records of Earth's ancient history, secrets that have been kept hidden from humanity. Of course, mainstream scientists and space agencies have largely debunked these claims. They argue that the Black Knight is nothing more than space debris, possibly a fragment of an old spacecraft, or a thermal blanket that became dislodged during a mission. However, the persistence of the satellite's sightings, coupled with the eerie radio signals and photographs, have kept the legend alive. Whether the Black Knight satellite is an alien artifact, a Cold War relic, or simply a figment of the imagination, it continues to inspire curiosity and wonder. It reminds us that even in the age of space exploration, there are still many mysteries lurking in the cosmos, some of which may never be fully explained. As we wrap up part 1 of our journey into the world of conspiracy theories that turned out to be true, we are left with a profound understanding of how deeply these hidden machinations have shaped our history. But our exploration doesn't end here. Make sure to check out part 2, where we delve even deeper into the conspiracies that have rocked our world. If part 2 is not currently available, be sure to ring the bell icon so you are notified when it is up. We also would like to take this time and invite you to leave in the comments below what topics you would like to see us cover here in the Facts Intrigue channel. Thank you for joining us today on Facts Intrigue. If you found these stories as fascinating as we do, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And as always, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking the truth. See you next time on Facts Intrigue.